All right, so we're just breathing, and so while holding the knees, just focus on that slow, steady breath. And you're using the breath to create even more of a release into the back. So just holding it lightly, shoulder blades apart, and feel it flattening through the spine. So keeping the chin tucked a little bit. Just take another couple of breaths like this. As you take your next breath in, expand a bit more, so as if you're trying to use your breath to expand the back of the body. Hold it for a second, then as you exhale, just pull the knees a little closer so you're pushing the breath out with that squeezing of the abdomen. Then you inhale, you let the knees move away a little bit and expand the back of the body. And then as you exhale, pull the knees towards you and squeeze the breath out. Do that again, breathing in, expanding. And breathing out, squeezing in. One more here. And breathing out, squeezing in. Now bring your nose up towards the knees. And then lower your head. Take the knees a little bit away. You might even push them away with your hands. And then as you exhale, squeezing in, nose towards the knees. We'll do that one more time. Pressing the knees away a little bit, extending. And then exhale, squeezing in. Now keep the knees in, but lower your head down and take your arms out wide. And just take your legs over to the left and just go all the way to the ground. Hands can come to the knees and you're looking in the opposite direction. Draw the navel to the spine, take the legs across the body to the other side, all the way down to the ground. And then we'll come back into center, extend the legs down the mat. Let's take a bit of a yawny stretch here, reaching back with the arms, and then raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Just hold the back of the thigh. And as you bring your knee towards you, bring your nose up towards the knee. Then lower your head and raise the leg to the ceiling, raise your arms up, and then lower the leg down and the arms go back. So just raise your left leg and grab your thigh, and then bring your nose up towards the knee. Lower your head down, raise the leg to the ceiling, raise your arms, and then extend everything back. You're going to raise the right leg up, holding on to the thigh, and then bring your nose to the knee. Raise your leg, raise your arms, and then reach back. One more time, taking the left leg up, hold the thigh, bring your nose to the knee. Raise your leg, raise your arms, and extend it all the way down. We're going to raise the right leg up again, but this time grab higher. See if you can grab your calf, and then lower your head down. Stay there and just point the feet towards your head, the foot. We're going to keep this leg lifted. Take your arms out wide, and then take that leg across towards the left hand, and then up to the ceiling and out towards your right hand. And again, up and across. And then come back to center and bring that leg down to the ground. Let's reach back again, stretching back through both arms. Raise your left leg, bring your head up, grab your leg, and then lower your head down, point the toes towards your head. Just stay there, stretching the hamstring. Couple more breaths here. Now keep the leg lifted. Take your arms out wide. Take the leg across towards your right hand. Bring it up and out towards your left hand. And keep that going. Okay, and then as you come back to center, take that leg down to the ground. Let's take a big stretch out with both arms once again. And then we're going to bring both knees back to the chest, like where we started. Holding on to the knees, flattening through the back. So let's hold on to the right knee. So both hands holding on to the right knee, left leg straight up to the ceiling. And then from here, slowly lowering that leg down and just hold it above the floor and then go back up, breathing in and extending out long through that leg as you lower it. Come back up, breathing in. A couple more like this. One more. And then as that leg extends, hold it here. Bring your nose up towards the knees, squeezing the breath out. Lower your head down. Bring both knees in. Both hands on top of the left knee. Raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Lowering that leg, extending it away, hovering it above the floor. Inhale as you go up. And then exhale as you come down. Now as you bring that leg down, hover it above the floor, bring your nose towards the knee and hold. Lower your head down, grabbing both knees. Hold it here. Bringing your nose up towards the knees, stretching your arms out, and if you can, stretching both legs out. It's up to you how low you go with the legs. You don't have to go very low. Just keep the crunch and just hold it for a few breaths. You can also stick with just one leg extending. Take another 2 breaths here. And then hold on to the knees and lower the head. Take a couple of breaths. It's completely relaxed. You want to think about that core activation here. So let's do a little lift of the pelvic floor. Holding. Lift your head and shoulders. Reach with your arms and extending 1 or 2 legs. Hold it there. A bit more crunch. Just see how far you go with the legs, like how far down. Just keep the back nice and flat. We're taking another 2 breaths here. 1 more. And then we'll bring it back in. We're going to take the feet to the ground, butterfly the legs. Wrap your arms around the top of the head. Soften the back, soften the belly. Easy breath here. And then we slowly slide the legs down the mat. And take a big stretch. Hold it here. Grab hold of your right wrist. Pull pull the right arm, stretch down through the right leg. To the other side, left leg, left arm. And then both arms and legs long down both sides of the body. And hug the knees to the chest and rock to a sitting position. So stretch out the legs, bring your hands to your shins, and then hold it here. So let's just do a little slide down. Just do a little check-in with your back when you first come forward. And then as you exhale, slide forward again. And maybe take your fingers to your toes and just keep looking down. So just take a few more breaths and tuck your chin a little bit more and slowly let yourself soften forward. Unlock your knees a little here if you need to. Just do a little check-in with the back. We've been focusing on the back here. We've been focusing on a little bit of mobility. We started with the mobility. Done a little bit of work around core strength, stability. And we want to focus a bit on flexibility. So let's raise both arms up. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to lower the arms down here. So this next one, it's a little bit of an unusual one, but it's a really good one because we want to also focus a bit on strength in the hip flexors, not just flexibility in the hip flexors. So we're going to sit nice and tall. Take your fingertips to the floor as you sit up tall. And then you want to engage your pelvic floor and then try lifting one leg off the floor. Just one straight leg off the floor. Bring that down. So keep sitting nice and tall. You almost want to pull the left hip into the socket and then lift it up a little bit without using your hands. So just see if you can just lift that leg up. Hold it there and bring it down. So you're going to pull the right hip into the socket and then try and lift the leg and hold. You're going to get some quad strength there. Bring it down. Again, sitting tall, pull the left hip into the socket, then lift that leg up and hold it here. And bring it down. We'll do that one more time. So right hip pulls into the socket and lifts. Bring that down. Left hip pulls into the socket and lifts. So left leg. And then release. Okay, let's bend the knees. Take your arms out to the front. Do a little bit of a tilt. So you're kind of sitting back and then bring the legs up to tabletop position. Hovering here. If you can extend. Sort of gaze towards your toes. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Core engaged. Open chest. You can have one foot on the ground. You can even have both feet on the ground and stay in that little bit of a tilt. Just think of using your core. Take another breath. We'll bring it down and then we'll slide back into that forward bend. Easy breath. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So we're going to bend the knees, reach forward with the arms. Sit back. So you can stay here with your feet on the ground, just leaning back. You can bring one leg or two legs up, bent knees or straight legs. So you've got a few options. Stay there. Hold. Just one more breath. Bring the feet down this time, sitting up, and butterfly the legs. Bring them in close and lean forward. You might even walk out a little. Try a little walk to one side. Over to the other side. Back to the center, hold it here. And then easing out of that, bring the knees up and then come around to a hands and knees position. Just go into a few cat flows in your own time here. Plug the shoulders in, tuck the toes, press up to the mountain. Little march on the spot here, pressing your heels back. And come down to the knees. Let's step the right leg forward between the hands. So leaning forward, stretch out through the front of the hip. Elongate out through your crown, from your knee out to the crown. And then just close your eyes and keep thinking like there's a pull from the knee out to the crown. So rather than sinking towards the mat, keep thinking long from that knee pulling upwards. So you're lengthening that long, that deep tissue. And take another couple of breaths like that. And then we come back, tuck the back toe, flip back to the mountain. Just separate your little bit. The fingers, suction the hands into the mat, suction the feet into the mat, send the sit bones high. Poke the chin a little so you're looking to your feet and hold and breathe. And then ease back to the knees and step the left leg forward. Stay on the fingertips. Elongate from the knee out to the crown. Close your eyes and then just keep feeling that pull. So long from the knee out. So it's not passive. We're still actively feeling lengthening, like you're pulling the neck long. And then come back again to the mountain. Spread the fingers, suction the hands down, feet down, lifting sit bones high. And then come down to hands and knees. Place your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Push the ground away. Lift the head a little, look forward. Keep your core engaged. Now take your left leg out and just touch the floor. And take your right arm out in front, just touch the floor. Stay there and then lift that arm and leg up and come back into a touch. Now as you go up and down with that arm and leg, keep the rest of the body really still. So not collapsing through the back. We'll do that one more time, lifting, and now we're holding. Stay there. Keep strong through the supporting arm. Glutes engaged, core engaged. Lift up strong, hold. Take one more breath. Bring the hand down, knee down. And we're going to go to the other side. So right foot, left hand. So just touch the floor. And then we go up, down and touch. And again. Okay, we'll do one more, lifting up and hold it here. Strong through the supporting arm. Hand and knee down. Tuck the toes. Let's press back to the mountain and exhale and hold. Come up onto the toes and extend into your high plank. So bring your nose just in front of your fingers. Strong arms and legs. And we're going to hold it here. Taking one more breath. Then come to the knees and back to child's pose. So give the arms a break. We come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, press back to the mountain. Broaden the shoulders, sit bones high. Come up onto your toes, extend into your high planks. Arms and legs strong, looking slightly forward, core engaging. Pelvic floor engaging and holding. You can be on your knees here if you need to. Take one more breath and then push back to the mountain. Hold. Now let's take the right leg high and just stay there. So your arms stay strong and you're just lifting that leg and holding. Couple of breaths here. From here, step the leg through, keeping the back leg straight if you can. Low lunge or just lunging, looking forward, shoulders away from the ears, back leg strong. And then we'll straighten the front leg and just press into the mat. And then bend the front knee, take the back knee to the floor. Raise your arms up into that crescent moon. And let's take the hands behind the back, intertwine the fingers and roll back through the shoulders, looking up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bending into that front knee. We take the arms overhead again, breathing in. Hands come to the floor, step back to the mountain, exhale. Press the hands into the floor, lifting the sit bones. Now raising your left leg high and hold it there. So just stay there with that leg lifted. And now step that leg through with the back leg staying straight. Drive into the back heel a little bit. So nice straight leg, lengthen, look forward. And then straighten the front leg. Drive into the heel, big toe. Now bend the front knee and then step to the front of the mat. Hold it here for a second. Let yourself hang. You can place your hands under your toes, under your feet. You can grab your ankles. You can grab your elbows. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths. So just whatever works for you. If your back's a bit tender, maybe grab your elbows and rest against your knees. Let your head hang. Tuck your chin. Releasing the feet, place your hands onto your knees and slowly rolling all the way up. Let's take the arms overhead, sending the hips slightly forward, and then hands come into a prayer position. We're going to stay here with the eyes closed, softening the face. Easy breaths. So take the inhale, raising your arms up, sending the hips forward. Exhale, folding forward. Now walk your fingertips forward a little bit and flatten the spine. So unlock your knees and just flatten your spine, and then shift your weight towards your left leg. Bring the right leg out behind. We're going to have a straight leg. Now keep looking slightly forward. We're going to do a bit of work of the glutes. So you want to use your glutes and back muscles here. So as the foot comes down, you touch the floor and then you lift it back up again, keeping the leg nice and straight. See if you can focus on driving out through your heel. And as you lift the leg, squeeze your bottom. Do a couple more. We'll do one more here, lifting. Hold it here. Keep pushing out through the heel. Maybe even come up more onto your fingertips. Shift your weight towards your toes a little bit more, holding. Keep the leg lifted. Taking one more breath. Lower the leg down. Come down and bring your nose towards the knees. And then staying on the fingertips, straightening back out again. Shift your weight towards your right leg. Left leg out behind, straight leg, hold. Press out through the heel, holding, looking slightly forward. Come down, touch the floor. Keep pressing out through the heel as you lift. Come back down and touch. Come back up, pressing out. Couple more. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Lifting and holding. Now stay here. Come even higher on the fingertips. Shift your weight. Keep driving through the heels. Squeeze your glutes. Hold. Take another breath. Bring that leg down. Coming all the way down. Keep the feet about hip width apart. Place your hands onto your shins. Flatten out through the spine. Hold it here. So just looking straight ahead. Now unlock your knees a little bit. Keep your core strong. And then reach forward with your arms, straight arms. Keep the knees a little bit bent. Straight arms. And then use your back muscles to hinge and come back up. So glute and back. Hands come back to a prayer position. Good. So we want to think about that whole line of muscle at the back of the body. So we're going to take the inhale, raising your arms up, sending the hips slightly forward. Exhale, folding forward, tucking the chin. Bring the hands to the floor, fingertips to the floor, right leg lifts. Hold it here, stay up on the fingertips and hold. Now, if you can, you might be able to take one hand off the ground, maybe the other one going out to the side like an aeroplane. Might be able to reach forward. Hands to the floor. Bring that foot down. Fold forward. All strengthening the glutes, hamstrings, stabilizers, and the hips, back muscles. So come back onto the fingertips. Take that left leg out behind. So hold it here. Stay looking forward. Keep the standing leg a little bit bent. Come up onto the fingertips. See if you can bring one arm out. Maybe both. Might be able to reach forward. Hands to the floor, bring that foot down, fold forward. Hands to the shins, flatten the spine, look out to the front. Stay here, reach forward with your arms. Not hands to the spine, the shins. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Coming all the way up. And then hands back to prayer. Take a moment here. Let's take another breath in, raise your arms, send your hips forward, exhale. Folding forward, hands to the floor. This time, step back to a plank position. Arms and legs are strong. Keep looking slightly forward and hold it here. Take one more breath and then shift your weight, come all the way down. Now lift your hands off the floor, lift your legs off the floor. So squeeze the back body, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the upper back, and then try reaching forward with your arms and hold, lifting everything off the floor. Take another breath. Bring the hands back, hands to the floor, coming up. Child's pose, just briefly pause. Now come to sitting, so you're sitting back onto your heels. Sitting onto your bottom, onto your heels. You can have a bolster behind you or whatever. Just place your hands on the ground or bolster or blocks if you want. And then tuck your tailbone, push your hips away from your bottom. Press into your arms. If you can, you're looking up, keep the jaw closed. Squeeze the back body, open the front body. Hold. Bring the bottom down slowly. Come back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, push back to the mountain. And then extend into your high plank again. Hold and stay there. Strong arms and legs. Looking slightly forward. Strong core. Squeeze the legs a little bit. Squeeze the glutes into your plank. Holding. Shift your weight. Come down. Lifting both arms and legs. Squeeze the back body. Try reaching forward with the arms. Holding. Bring the hands back. Come back to child's pose. Bottom back. Knees are together. And slide back with the hands. Bring the hands behind. Coming up to sitting again with the hands behind. And again, squeeze your glutes. Lift the hips. Shoulder blades together. Open the front body. Bring the bottom down. Come back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Push back to the mountain. From here, raise your right leg up behind, push out through your heel. Step that leg through between the hands. Back leg straight, look forward, breathing in. Straighten the front leg, breathing out, nose towards the knee. Bend the front knee again. Now keep the back leg straight, come up into a high lunge. Good. And then hands behind your back, intertwine the fingers, roll back through the shoulders. You might want to point the index fingers away, squeeze, hold. Take one more breath. Raise your arms up, hands to the floor, step back to the mountain, exhale. Hold. Keep the arms nice and strong. Raise your left leg high. Through. Back leg stay straight. We're looking forward, breathing in. And straighten the front leg, drive into the heel and big toe. Hold. Bend the front knee, hold it here, drive through the legs, raise your arms. Hold it here. Bring your hands behind your back, intertwine the fingers. Index fingers can point back. Open the chest and hold. One more breath. Raise your arms up, hands to the floor. I'm going to step to the front of the mat, holding, folding forward. Now flatten the spine, reach forward with your arms, hinging, coming up, and then hands to prayer. Let's take a breath here. Just close your eyes. Big exhale. And the next inhale, raising your arms again. Exhale, fold forward, grab your ankles. See if you can get your legs a little straighter if that's okay for your back. Tucking the chin, hands to the floor, step into a plank position. Arms and legs are strong. Shift your weight forward and down. Lifting your hands and feet off the ground, squeeze. Reach forward with your arms. And this time, if you want, come back and grab your ankles. See if you can go into bow pose. Squeeze and lift. Releasing down. Reaching away again. Come back to child's pose. Bottom back over your heels. Extending. Stay there for a breath. I'm going to slide the hands all the way back again, lifting that, opening up the front body. So squeeze your glutes, press into the floor, and open the front. Bring it back down. Come back to the floor, hands, tuck the toes, push up to the mountain and hold it here. One more breath. Take that right leg high. Step it through. Keep the back leg straight. Come straight up into your high lunge. Hands behind the back. Intertwine the fingers. Index fingers pointing back. So this might be where you stay. If you can, you're going to lean out over that front leg. And then that might be where you stay. Or you could try doing a little hop forward, lifting the back leg, which we did a little bit before. Come back, place the foot, raise your arms up, and then hands to the floor. Step back to the mountain, exhale. Let's come forward into your high plank again. Hold it here, strong. Shift your weight down. Lifting arms and legs, reaching forward, staying here or back into your bow pose. Then we reach, place the hands down, come back to child's pose. And then slide the hands all the way back, coming to sit onto your heels, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the front of the body. And then bring the bottom down. Come back to hands and knees, tuck your toes, push up to the mountain. And then raise your left leg high. Step it through. We're going straight up into that high lunge. We'll bring the hands behind, intertwine the fingers, index fingers pointing back. Hold it here. Then lean out over that leg, stay there, or do that little hop forward. See if you can lift the back leg up. Take the foot to the ground, raise your arms, hands to the floor, step to the front of your mat, hanging. And then flat spine, reach forward, coming all the way up. Hands come back to prayer. Shoulders are relaxed. We'll take a couple of breaths. Okay, so let's stay standing. Just staying with the feet about hip width apart. You can have your hands on your hips if you like. Nice strong core. Shifting your weight towards your left leg and then bring your right leg up to tabletop. Squeeze your glutes, tighten through the hip flexor, tighten through the core. Your hands can be on your hips or you can raise your arms to the ceiling, then dorsiflex your foot and see if you can reach that leg out to the front. Your hands can just stay where they are or you can go here. So this is where we want to do the same as what we did when we were sitting right in the beginning. You want to pull that hip into the socket and straighten the legs, and you're going to get that quad. Another breath. And then bring it down. Killer on the quads. So hands can be to the hips, shift your weight to your right leg. Bring the leg up and holding. Stay there. So your standing leg, engage your hip flexors, your glutes, core, and then try and extend that leg. Hands can stay on the hips or up. You want to kind of pull that hip into the socket. I'm just cramping every time. And then slowly release. Good job. Okay, so raise the arms one more time, folding forward one more time. Hold it here. We're going to stay here again for a few breaths. Unlock your knees. You can hold on to the back of the legs. You can wrap your arms around the back of the legs. Hold the toes. Whatever feels good. Just hang out here for a little bit. The chin. Then release, slowly come down, and then see if you can come to bent knees sitting. Good. Okay, bring your feet close and have a lie down onto your back with your arms down alongside the body. So your feet are about hip width apart. Tuck the tailbone, lift the hips, come up into a bridge. Just squeeze your bottom. Open up through the front of the body. Send the knees away. Ease back down. Take another breath in. Squeeze your glutes. Do the same thing. Coming up, press into the floor. Lift the hips nice and high. And then come back down. Now, we're going to go up one more time, and you can stay up in your bridge pose with your hands underneath your body. Or if you want to try, just for a change, you can go into chakrasana or the wheel. I can't do it, but I'm going to give it a go. So you're going to bring your fingers in underneath your shoulders. The elbows are pointed to the ceiling. Your fingers are kind of pointed back in towards your body. And then you lift your hips the same way, bridge, and then try and push through your arms to take your head and body off the floor. I'm going to have a look. And then come down. Good. And then hug your knees into the chest. Good to try something different. You can try it against the wall. If you ever want to give that a go, you can actually have your hands against the wall, so you've got like down on the floor, and then when you lift into that wheel pose, you can push into the wall a little bit, because it's usually the shoulders that are lacking. Okay, hug the knees into the chest, do a little bit of a side to side. Now you can stay here, or if you want to, you're going to go again if you're doing a wheel. Okay, so if you want to give it another go, otherwise stay where you are. Or you can try another bridge. Bringing the hands and coming up. Yeah, it's not very elegant. Never mind, we're giving it a go. But this time when you come back down, hug the knees in if you're not already. Bring your nose up towards the knees. And then bring your head down, arms wide, both legs over to the left. And look to the right. And then go all the way across to the other side. Hands to the knee, turn your head in the opposite direction and hold it there. And then come back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, rock yourself to a sitting position. So we're going to stay sitting for a moment. So feel free to grab a cushion to sit on, and if you've taken a jumper off, feel free to put that on. All right, so seated position, spine nice and long. I'm going to work with, we're going to go into Nawa Sankhya, the 9-count breath. So we'll begin by just closing the eyes, settling the body, sitting tall, tucking the chin a little and lengthen out through the crown. So not just the physical movements are beneficial for our strength, having a high vitality is a big part of feeling strong. We have the vitality, the prana, the life force to be strong physically, mentally, emotionally. So this part is a really powerful and needed part of our practice as well. We're going to start with an exhalation, and as you exhale, your diaphragm pulls in, the belly pulls in, and we hold the breath out. Then as you relax your breath, you're going to breathe into the belly, then flood the breath up into the chest, so 2 counts. And then we hold the breath in. Dynamically exhale, sneezing the breath out through the nose, pulling the diaphragm in. And then holding the breath out for 2 counts. So we're going to take a breath in for 2 counts. Hold it, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dynamic exhale with a sneeze on 7. And hold it out for 8 and 9. Breathing in for 2. Holding, keep counting. Dynamic exhale on 7. And then 2 more counts. Do that again, in for 2. Keep counting. Exhale. Hold. Just do a few more in your own time.
Now just breathe naturally. Once you complete those last 2 counts, breathe naturally. And just mentally see and feel that vitality boost around you. And then as you inhale, take your arms overhead. Nice deep breath in. Bring the hands together. And slowly bring the hands down to the center of the chest, lowering your head down, opening your eyes, lifting the gaze. Namaste.